Hi, I'm Dominic V and welcome back to my channel, coming here from sunny London, a London summer at this time. Today's topic, what I'm going to talk about, is something which is quite current in terms of my own world, in terms of what I'm doing. Recently, I've been working with a number of quite famous athletes, influencer boxers, as well as drivers within F1. And the other people I've worked with as well are people in the world of MMA. I've been part of a research project in the world of neuroscience, looking at the key components and the prime time where you can hack the brain. And it's not what you think. We have moments where the brain is more open and receptive for suggestions and change. And if you can get a person to visualize in those prime moments, you can create really outstanding changes. The results that I've seen and witnessed myself from my clients that I've taken them through have been absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to share some of those techniques with you now, and then I'm going to go into those prime moments where you can hack the brain to really create change. But here's the thing. The reason why visualization is so important is that we have in our brain something called neural networks. So if I got you to remember your front door or the last time you took a train, when you remember that, these networks in the brain light up. Now, here's the thing. If I get you to vividly imagine something, the same networks light up. Your brain thinks it's real. There's enough research now in the world of visualization. For example, if you had someone visualize doing something over and over again, like a particular, pattern on the piano or a particular exercise, there is physiological change in the muscle or the hand that's used, even though it isn't used. They're just imagining it. So what visualization does is it doubles or triples or improves your results exponentially. We're living in an age where we hear a lot about the law of attraction and manifestation. I'm not really going to go too much into that now, but visualization is a real key for not only that, but for sports, for achievement, for everything that you want. But how do you visualize properly? Here's the thing. The prime moments for your visualization were always known to be like last thing at night or first thing in the morning. That's because the brain goes in a particular frequency, an alpha frequency, and you can dwell on things and you can crystallize things a little bit more. The research now, and I'm lucky to have been a contributor to the paper written on post-workout therapy, PWT, what it shows is that if you can get a person to visualize 30 minutes after a workout, the brain is in full receptive mode. So 30 minutes after a workout is the prime moment for your visualization. To really crystallize the visualization in that moment, you want to utilize all the components that you can, where you imagine looking through your own eyes. You start to build the image up by what you would feel, what you would see, the cadence, the rhythm, the temperature. You kind of build the whole thing up. And when you do, your brain starts to accept that as true. In later videos, I'm going to be going into far more detail how to really crystallize that visualization and to get it to connect with your physical body as well. So stay tuned to the videos that are coming. If you want to take a deeper dive, you can always grab a hold of my book, Endgame as Architects of Destiny. This particular video isn't a plug-in for the book, but it's to say that if you want to take a deep dive, you can do that at any time. But follow along with the videos, and I'll be covering a lot more in future materials. Now, I'm sure you've heard about manifestation, law of attraction, and it's all to do with assuming the state of the person that you want to be. It all revolves around the area of identity. If we look at neuroscience, if we look at behavioral psychology, if we look at the most successful people in the world, I can bring a scientific angle for that. It all comes down to identity and self-belief. The reason being is that you cannot outperform yourself. So if your identity, or you believe you can only go so far, or you can only do so good, your brain has these guardrails on it which will literally halt your progress. The only way to get beyond that is to produce and develop the identity of an absolute winner in the field that you desire. There's absolutely no other way. Even when it comes down to habits, let's say someone has a particular addiction, or they're doing something over and over again, they're procrastinating, or they're doom scrolling. These habits all proceed out of identity. It's not about breaking the habit, because if a person breaks the habit becomes replaced with something else, and that isn't any good. It's about you embodying the identity of your ideal self, embodying the identity of the person that can transcend any limitation. In doing so, what happens is that you unlock your potential. In some of the further videos to come, I'm going to be giving you a real deep dive in how to develop your identity, how to hack the human mind in a way where it believes that you're that person, because if it doesn't, what happens is your body, your mind will fight tooth and nail to keep the status quo. So follow along with me. Your mind doesn't care about your highest aspirations and your goals. It doesn't care. It cares about maintaining the identity. The identity is primary. So the only way that you can reach far greater heights is to change the identity. I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. A lot of people, they can attract the person they want, but they can't keep them. Or they can have a windfall of cash and then suddenly lose it all, right? Or get in great shape and then out of shape. The reason being is that they were able to change momentarily, but they couldn't sustain or maintain they hadn't become the identity of where that is normal for them. Within my book, Endgamers, Architects of Destiny, it's a complete thesis and blueprint on becoming your ultimate self, on following the steps to make it happen. You don't have to get the book. You can follow along with the videos, but if you're in a rush and you want to create change very quickly, then I recommend picking it up. But for now, follow along with the videos to come and let me know how you progress.